And we are live on Zoom. We are live on YouTube, and we are live on the Sevens with Pfeiffer's Beat Metatron's internet radio station. I am thankful and grateful for each and every one of you that is here. Stand by for the broadcast. Want to give folks a minute or two to get here. It is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day today. This 30th day of July 2024. One more day of July. And then we have a really, really exciting month of August to come. And the most exciting thing for each of us personally is the 8-8 Lionsgate. 8-8 Lionsgate. Be prepared to meet and greet your mastered self. And we are live. This is on the Sevens with Pfeiffer's Beat Metatron, where we come to awaken, ascend, and expand. I am Pfeiffer's Beat Metatron, your hostess with the mostest. And you guys know the drill. Today is a very good day to be me. You know, every day is a very good day to be me. I believe this, I live this, I bees this, and I require this. So this is what I want each and every one of us to do. However and wherever you may be watching this live via Zoom, YouTube, or listening to this live via my internet radio station on the Sevens with Pfeiffer's Beat Metatron, or if you are watching a simulcast or a replay, I want you to clear your thoughts, clear your mind, relax your body as much as you can. If you're driving, please pay attention. But if you're not driving and if you're in a spot where you can relax your body, we're going to take a long 16 count breath in through the nose. We're going to hold it for a 16 count, then we're going to release. Breathe in. Hold. And release. Now, look out from yourself. And you don't even have to be staring at anything in particular. Just look out away from yourself. Ground yourself and repeat this after me. Today is a very good day to be me. You know, every day is a very good day to be me. I believe this, I live this, I ease this, and I require this. And I guarantee you this. Should you make that mantra part of your daily ritual, and then you go about doing those things that this mantra will motivate and inspire you to do each and every day, your life will get better exponentially. I'm a firm believer in that, not because I'm telling you, because it works. I use that every day and my days get better. All right. All right. Well, as we close out this mighty month of July, um, and get ready for this awesome month of August 2024. I just want to remind folks that yes, we are in the last day and a half, last 36 hours, so to speak, of July. However, the scapegoating and the karmic events and the fated happenings and all of those things can and will still happen to each and every one of us, and none of us can duck the lick. I, uh, yeah, I had to deal with some emotional karma uh, since the last time we spoke on Thursday. Yeah, on Thursday. So it was a very interesting uh, Saturday and Sunday, just to say the least. I want all of us to be reminded uh, that, again, karma is neither good nor bad. Karma just is. And what or who makes it good or bad is the recipient. And what you have been doing in whatever area that the karma comes, how have you been? You're going to receive equal measure back how you have been giving according to your intentions, not according to the results, but according to your intentions. I'm thankful and grateful to be here in front of you folks today. Today has been a struggle for me since the moment I woke up, and I had to clap back against an internal lie that was beginning to form right after I woke up, saying, I don't feel like broadcasting today. Yes, the fuck I do feel like broadcasting every day, actually. And, that's just the residual of the emotional karma and the emotional karmic event that transpired over the weekend. Um, uh, yeah, I'll just say this. I'll give some advice to all of the readers and all of the seers and all of the psychics and all of us who avail ourselves to the cosmos and intercede on people's behalf. Um, be very wary of doing a 7-member family reading in the course of a couple of hours. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 7-member family, a mother, father, and 5 children. And in the midst of it, and while I was flowing and going, and everything was smooth, and I had the Frankie Beverly and Mays Golden Time of Day vibration going on in my soul, and it was a very profound and significant event for the family, especially the husband and the wife. And I was tremendously blessed for being the vessel that was used to shed the light in the dark places. However, that shit knocked me out. It wore me out. It took probably 3 hours after I completed the readings for me to wind down enough just to be able to start my sleep sequence. And yeah, no matter what time I go to sleep, I get 6 hours, 6.5 hours max. So yeah, I went to bed at midnight and up at 6, and yeah, boom. So I just caution you folks. I didn't get a chance to prepare for 7 people. It was just off the cuff, and no notes, no charts, no graphs, no nothing. Just boom, bam. Yeah, boom, bam, 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 bam. I realize now that was uh, uh, out of body experience, because it wasn't me who was doing all that. That had to be PB. So just want to caution everybody, and want to know if Miss Lemons, have you done more than one person readings in the same setting? And if so, how did you feel spiritually and physically after you completed it?
Yeah, whenever I do holistic or psychic fairs, I would do at least like 10 people just randomly coming up to me and just say, "Hey, I want to get a reading." And they just sit down.
Yep.
And when I first started, I'd say about after like the sixth person, I'm like, I'm tired. I'm tired. And then I'm like, okay, I gotta like re up my energy like
Yes.
through this thing because I'm here, for 5 or 8 hours. So then like the longer I start doing it, then I'm like, okay, I start packing food and stuff with me to like help me power up. And then I start making sure I actually got up and take a break because at first I wouldn't even take breaks. I would just sit there and just boom, 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 everybody. And then I would be like, okay, I'm going home. I'm happy. I got to do what I love. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
then the next day, I was like, oh, I'm not doing nothing.
Like
I'm
nothing.
tired.
Like
I am
nothing.
wiped. I was super wiped out. Like physically, I was wiped out. Spiritually, it was like you can't move. You can't
Can't.
go nowhere. There's no
Mm-mm.
need to talk to other people. There's no need to be around anybody. Just lock it in.
I mean, and thank you for that. I mean, when I tell you Sunday and into yesterday morning, when I tell you my brain felt like what a bowl of oatmeal with extra butter and extra sugar stirred up in there. Yeah, that's what my brain felt like. It just felt like if I would have tipped my head over long enough, that shit would have started running out of my ear. Man, I couldn't I couldn't watch, like my normal shit. I couldn't watch Perry Mason. I couldn't watch McCloud. I couldn't watch none of that shit, man. I had to put on classical music, man, and just do the om sound, like om, and just sit my ass down. I couldn't do nothing, man. Nothing. I couldn't put a thought together. A damn sure didn't want to talk to nobody. And the few people I did talk to, I'm putting this out in the airwaves now. If I talk to you on Sunday, yeah, yeah. Give me grace. That's all I'm gonna ask. Again, I don't apologize for what I said. But yeah, I do apologize how some of y'all heard some of that shit I was talking, because I was amped and on one, man. So again, man, if you are doing any type of go between spiritual work for somebody, any type of energy work, any type of Reiki, any type of any of that type of work, um, um, make sure that you protect your energy and never take on something that you know is going to overwhelm you. Uh, Again, for me, it was a little bit different, because I just started with the adults, uh, and then the kids start hearing what I was saying, and they was co-signing what I was saying about the adults, and the adults were like, "No, I'm not like that," and the kids were like, "Yes, you are. Yes, you are." So it became, and then once the kids started coming in there, and then I started firing off on them and getting messages about them, because it was really, I think the reading was more for the kids. There were two children. One had just past the majority age of 18, and one had just turned 17. And I think it was really, really important that I had an opportunity to see into them and help them with some decisions that they're about to make about the next step in their future. Um, but yeah, and like you, Miss Lemons, I didn't take a real break. Only break I took, I stood up in between and hit my pen. Yeah, and then I sat back down and you know how it goes. Once you get rolling, man, and once you are tapped into that lane or however you describe it, for me, it's a lane in the cosmos where all of the answers to everybody's shit resides, and I get to go up in there, and yeah, I can type in your name and your shit will come right in front of me, and I get uh so when I get there, yeah, sweet spot. When I get there, yeah, that's where I want to be. I delight being there. And physical body don't have shit to say about this. Physical self personality just be like, all right, dog, we already know what's happening with you. Yeah, spiritual self personality is just in full fucking control. So we're just gonna chill out, and yeah, we will deal with your ass tomorrow. And that is exactly what happened. Uh, and of course, every time that happens to me, I always say to myself, "Oh, I'm not going to do that again. I'm just going to limit it to the people that were involved." And yeah, right. Yeah, right. When we have opportunities to do what we really came here to do, and when we can see a situation that's bigger than ourselves and bigger than just the present moment, yeah, I'll do it again and again and again and again. I don't even know why I'm attempting to tell that lie to myself. I will damn sure do it again. Each time I do it, I learn something more about myself, and I do become mindful about that process. Thank you, Miss Lemons. All right, we're gonna jump into today's message, diving deeper into your vocational financial self personality. Your vocational financial self personality is assigned to the solar plexus chakra. Your vocational financial self personality resides in your gut and serves as the expression of your ambitions. Whatever your vocational financial goals, desires, and active pursuits are, your vocational self personality will position you to express them through any work you do for some form of payment, as long as they are clearly defined and realistically reachable. Your vocational self personality determines how much you value your time when trading it for a semi-secure career or job, quote unquote, income, and when you invest some of your semi-secure income into any one of your entrepreneurial endeavors. Um, yeah. Your vocational self, the worker bee in you, the one that gets up and goes to work, that punches that clock, that has goals related to directly to some sort of financial payment or tangible resource that can be converted into liquid payment. Um, uh, yeah, determines and positions you to express your goals through work. Uh, I'm in a very, very, very unique position at this stage of my life because my vocational financial goals, desires, and active pursuits are doing exactly what I'm doing right now. And for me, uh, uh, the financial part of all of this, I'm not concerned about money. I've already been through, 22 years of trading my time for some form of payment. Uh, a lot of those years, the trade, although it was equitable as far as a numbers thing, it was not equitable uh, to my other self personalities. My financial self personality, my vocational self personality was thrilled uh, looking at them numbers on that offer sheet. Uh, my physical self personality wasn't so thrilled every payday when all them deductions come out. Y'all know what I mean? Whatever your vocational goals, desires, and active pursuits are, that worker bee in you, your vocational financial self personality, it will position you to express them. It will Your vocational self personality will put you in the places to express your vocational goals, desires, and active pursuit. My financial self personality, I pay monthly for Zoom. I pay monthly for my website. I pay monthly for other services that I need in order to make these broadcasts and make what I do on my website possible. Um, as far as am I making money or losing money? I am no longer losing any money, and my efforts uh, with the broadcast and with the website and other esoteric efforts that I do monthly pays for everything that I have on automatic pay. And it has for a couple of years. I want to every now and again I have to burst the bubble. People think that you start you a website, you got one little service that you do, and you start the website, and then all of a sudden you could be making $100,000 a week. No, doesn't happen like that. Any business, be it a regular brick and mortar, be it online, every business, it's going to take you 5 to 7 years to reach a break even point. No matter what type of business you are in, because you have to think about, it's not just about what you get for what you sell. If it was just about what you get for what you sell, then it would be a lot easier and quicker to break even. However, we have to, when you are your own economy, I'm my own economy. When you are your own economy, you got to pay for everything. You got to pay for the shit that you need before you can broadcast. I had to pay for that before I could broadcast. You have to pay for the shit that you need while you broadcast. I have to pay for all of that. And then you got to pay for the shit you need after you broadcast. I have to pay for all of that. And months go by where you're paying. Miss Lemons, you know this. You can go months without getting a serious reading. Go months. You can go a while without getting a paid reading. And you also know that if you're going to rely on doing readings as an income, your ass have to do 10 to 20 readings a day. You think you're gonna do 1 or 2 readings a week and think, yeah, everything's just gonna be hunky-dory? No. If you want to make money just as a reader, yeah, you either gonna have to do some quick reads for like $20, $10, and do as many of those as you can in a day, after day, after day, after day, or you read one influential person and crack their face, and they go back and tell all their other influential friends, and then you might be able to not have to be the James Brown of psychics. You know, James Brown was the hardest working dude in show business, and he never turned down a gig. Yeah, I'm just here to let you know, if becoming a reader only is your goal, get ready, because you're going to have to do a whole lot of readings to sustain yourself. I'm not talking about as a supplemental. I'm talking about to sustain yourself. And again, your vocational financial self-personality will put you in the position to express all of your goals, all of your vocational goals, desires, and active pursuits through any work that you do for any form of payment. I want to tell you guys that for, let's see, two of my jobs in corporate America, I ran call centers, like for customer service or credit and collections, and which means that, you know, for a lot of the day, I was on the phone, talking to people. And I was a boss. So, you know, I had opportunity to listen in to specific calls. I had the opportunity to take over calls that I wanted to. And what would happen is I would be on a collection call or a customer service call that had warranty issue or something. And then all of a sudden, some shit about their personal life would flash on me. And the first time it happened at one of the jobs, I didn't do anything. Second time, I spoke it out to the person, and she dropped the phone and, oh my God, how did you know? And so, yes, while I was running a credit and collections call center, I was seeing for people who called in. So, and that was the place where my vocational self-personality placed me. And I was doing my regular job to get the pay. However, every opportunity I had to speak life into someone over that phone and not just harass them about a missed payment, yeah, that was like the bonus for me. Is like the bonus. You're right, Miss Lemons. You got to be open to any lavish, steady, dependable income, consistent with integrity and mutual benefit. We're going to get to that, because I'm going to talk about uh, morals and integrity according to some of the things that we have done in our lives for money. Your vocational financial self-personality determines how much you value your time when trading it for a semi-secure career or job, which is an income, and when you invest some of your semi-secure income into any one of your entrepreneurial endeavors. When I was in corporate America, like I said, I made for the time, I made a very, very good wage made good wages, and during the time, I was able to peel off a certain amount of that every month, and start to buy software that if you're going to be reading astrology charts, you need astrology software. If you're going to be doing cards, you need card software. If you're going to be doing numerology, I thought about buying numerology software. Then I said, wait, hold up. I write my own numerology. All I need is a shell. I don't even need their shit. I just need the shell. So I began to work with different programmers, paying for different bits of code in order to bring that big picture shell of my own numerology software to the forefront. I definitely encourage any of us that if you are in a semi-secure career or job and you have entrepreneurial leanings, take a portion of your monthly earnings and put it to the side as an investment into your endeavors, because this is one truth that none of the folks online will tell you, but they'll take your money. But this is the one truth. Nobody is going to buy your shit if you didn't buy your own shit. Meaning, ain't nobody going to take you serious if you haven't taken yourself serious. Which, if you take yourself serious, you invest your own money into your entrepreneurial endeavors. You kickstart it. What? You gonna wait for the PPP loan? Yeah, no. You know how many people got that shit and didn't do right by it? You know why? Because it wasn't their own money. It wasn't their own money. Any comments? Any questions? Miss Tamala, how are you this afternoon? Are you good?
No, not so good, but
Okay.
here, just
All right.
my energy's moving slow and kind of heavy.
Okay. Okay. I'm sending you an energy boost, and I'm grateful for showing up and for participating. You could just keep yourself on mute and listen for today. I'm grateful for your appearance.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. All right. Here's a couple questions. Are my current vocational goals, desires, and active pursuits clearly defined and realistically reachable? Again, it won't do you any good to have a vocational goal of, I want to be the president of this company, and if you don't have a clearly defined path of how you're going to start and get there, and then be realistic. It's like anything else that you want to manifest in your life. um, um, you have to be first clear about what you want. Without clarity, you never get anything. And then once you get clear about what you want, you have to get honest with yourself and see if this is realistically reachable. I wanted to play a professional sport. That was clearly defined for me at one point in my life. However, it became painfully fucking obvious that it was not realistically reachable. Yeah, yeah. In my fantasy island head, oh yeah, you can just walk on the basketball court and whoop whap whap, or you can walk onto a baseball field and bing bang bing. Wasn't realistic, man. Wasn't realistic. Are my current vocational goals, desires, active pursuits clearly defined and realistically reachable? Another question. Do I truly value my time when trading it for some form of payment? Or do I always find myself in the take what I can get stage? That's a big, big question, because that question goes along the lines of, uh, do I have what I have because I want it? Or do I have what I have because somebody else got it and I'm just jealous? Do I truly value my time when I'm trading it for some form of payment? There came a point at every job I had in corporate America that the trade became unbalanced. And each time that my time for the form of payment became unbalanced and favored in their favor, yep, I reactivate my resume and start looking for another job. Yeah, that was just me. Because I while I was in corporate America, I was never in the take what I can get stage, ever. I always negotiated for what the I wanted. And if I didn't get exactly what I wanted, I'll let you know later on what I would do to make up for that. Any comments? Any questions? Oh, last one. If I have entrepreneurial ambitions, am I investing my semi-secure income towards manifesting these ambitions? We already talked about that. Yeah, if you're gonna be serious about attracting clients to yourself, you have to be your first client. And sometimes for a long time, you might be your only paying customer. And you can't get discouraged if you're your only paying customer, but you're building something. I have something. I have enough of something that I have a school, an academy. It took years to even think about this shit, and years to do the research and all that, years to take all of the information and wisdom and knowledge that I received and put it into my own words. It took a lot of time. When it's time to make a decision about is this going to stay at this level, or am I going to fully expand it and make it fully available for everyone? Yeah, my vocational self personality will have a lot of input, but my spiritual self personality will be the one making that choice. Any comments? Any questions? All right. Your vocational self personality works in tandem with your emotional self personality, the one that deals with your self worth and self esteem, in determining exactly how much money or other tangible resources you will accept as some form of payment for any work you do. Your vocational self personality negotiates with your physical self personality, your body, regarding the types of work you will do for some form of payment or tangible resource. And your vocational self personality collaborates with and is strongly influenced by your spiritual, mental, and intellectual self personalities in regards to any and all specialized skills you have that you use while you trade your time for a semi-secure career income, and in reference to choosing specific industries or job titles you desire to connect and align with for possible semi-secure income opportunities and for your entrepreneurial endeavors. Yeah, your worker bee self works in tandem with your emotional self. Yeah, your financial self is tied to your self that deals with self-worth and self-esteem. I've always told you guys this before. Even when I was smoking crack, I thought very highly of myself. I've always thought very highly of myself, not in a conceited way, just in a knowing. Just in knowing. Therefore, when I would sit across the table from someone who was interviewing me for a job that they needed me to do, yeah, I knew how to negotiate and ask for exactly what I wanted. Every job I got in corporate America, they called me because I just kept my resume up on Monster at the time. Yeah, Monster.com. And I would always explain to any boss that would come talking about, hey man, and your resume is online. I said, well, I was looking for a job when I got this one. I said, are you looking for my replacement? But you looking for resumes for guys that got my skill set? Are you looking to replace me? Yeah, I never had fear. Never had fear about saying something which somebody else would think was off-putting or off-color to somebody that was in the chain of command higher than me. I gave zero fucks. I always said what I needed to say. Wasn't afraid. I never was afraid of getting fired from any job. Because like I said, my mantra was I was looking for a job and y'all hired me. Your vocational financial self-personality negotiates with your physical self-personality, your body regarding the types of work you will do for payment or tangible resource. I've had myriad jobs long before I got on the corporate America middle management and above train. I've had some pretty strange jobs. Any of y'all grow up around farms or have farming areas or you've been to a farming area or you know anything about farms? You know they have a big hill of stuff that they feed to cows. And if you've ever driven by the farm, you ever see a big pile of stuff that's covered up with plastic, and then they have half of a tire that was cut in half and tied together to hold the plastic down so it wouldn't blow off of that big pile of shit, because that's what it was, shit, cow shit and silage and other shit that they feed back to the cows. Well, yeah, I had a job where I would have to cover up them big piles of shit. And only one way to get that plastic from one side of it to the other side of it. Yeah, you have to put on these overalls and these plastic boots that come up around and come up to about here, and you have to walk up that pile, that hill of shit with this tarp that you're putting over the top. And then you have to throw tires over the top of the thing. You have to sling them like a discus over the top. Yeah, I traded 1 hour of my time for, at the time it was $12.50 an hour, and at that time and for that work, that was really good pay. Really good pay. I have worked in a butcher's, in a meat plant where outside, you got a bunch of cows or sheep or whatever it is that are being slaughtered outside. They're outside the door, and then they come in. And I worked on the kill floor where you had a guy that would gut the animal, carcass would fall. I'd take the gut wagon and push it back. And yeah, I made at that time, I think $11 an hour. That was pretty good for that time too. I have always gravitated to a job, not so much for what the job did. I gravitated because you're gonna pay me extra to go walk around and shit all day. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You pay me $20 an hour and everybody else getting $10 an hour and I gotta walk up a hill of shit. Yep, sure will do it because my vocational self personality knows that my spiritual self personality is not embarrassed. I give zero fucks if you drive down the road and see me walking up a hill covering shit. I don't care. I don't care. Your vocational self personality collaborates with and is strongly influenced by your spiritual, mental, and intellectual self personalities in regards to any and all specialized skills you have. I acquired some unique computer skills when I was in the United States Navy. And those skills that I acquired allowed me to apply for certain jobs with certain companies and not have to have certain requirements because I had these specialized skills that just because you have a degree in something, you may not have this specialized skill. I didn't have the degree, but I had 4 or 5 years of working with this specialized skill. So my vocational self personality would collaborate with my intellectual self or my mental self in regards to how I would want to use those specialized skills. If there was a specific industry that I could crack into or a specific company that I could crack into, I would use that. I would use that. Do you guys know that I would do a reading on any potential company that I was gonna accept a job for? Yeah. Do you guys know how to find the birth date of any company that is registered? You know how to find that? Yes, their date of incorporation. So the date you go to the whatever state that they're in and go into the Secretary of State's page and you look for date of incorporation. You click on that and you type in the company's name and they'll give you the date that the corporation was incorporated. That's their birth date. You want to run a natal chart on them. You want to run cards on them. And you also want to run the numbers on any company that you're thinking of going to work for. I was attracted to certain companies and then I would run their chart and I figured out why. Either they were a significant card on my life spread or we were soulmates. I was soulmates with a couple of countries and with a couple of companies. I had 5 and 6 different parent crossings when I combined our charts. You want to find out if you're compatible with a company, combine your chart. And then look at the midpoints. Self-personality in regards to any and all specialized skills you may have that you use while you trade your time for a semi-secure income and in reference to choosing specific industries or job titles you desire to connect and align with for possible income opportunities and entrepreneurial endeavors. Here's a couple of questions. Do I thoroughly enjoy my current semi-secure career or entrepreneurial endeavors? And if not, what am I willing to do to change my current vocational situation? I I'd like to say that I fired my boss in 2009 uh, because that's a really really uh, good hot take or sound bite. That's not so much the truth. I did get a reading a year before my eventual split with corporate America that said that my time in corporate America was over. And I laughed at the person who gave me that reading. You know, I had just signed a new contract with these people. Uh, my health went, my physical health abandoned me. And I was just out sick too much. Um, and when the company I come back off of a medical leave and they fired me that day. uh, I went right back to the doctor, and that's when he told me I had 3.5 times the cancer in my body that would kill a normal dude, and thus my journey to here began. So I did not fire my boss. They did actually fire me, and my health stopped me from pursuing any of those vocational goals, desires, and active pursuits. Uh, so I I had every one of the opportunities taken away. I had no choice but to heal. I had the job, my number one job at that time wasn't about sustaining an apartment or sustaining a car payment or keeping food in the house. My number one job was keeping my ass alive. Thus the change. Any comments, any questions? Another question: am I using everything I know to maximize my income earning potential? Or am I in a dead end, semi secure vocational situation that I had to accept? What do you got a side gig? Do you got something that you can do uh, that can help you earn some more income? Every job I ever had, I always supplemented my income. Um, yeah, I've been a uh, street side pharmaceutical representative, uh, off and on for a long time. Uh, I've also, I'm also one of those that I will do a dirty job to make the money. I don't care about the dirtiness of the job. If it is worth me trading my time for it, yeah, I got a washing machine. I can wash whatever dirt I get on my clothes or shit. I can wash that. And if they get dirt on me, I can get in a bathtub. Yeah, yeah. Any of y'all in a dead end, semi-secure vocational situation that you just had to accept because whatever your gifts are right now, they don't pay the bills? I get it, man. I get it. Put you a little bit of each of your paycheck to the side and invest in yourself. And then last question, am I equipped with the necessary skills to take a promotion if offered? Or am I content doing what I'm currently doing and not interested at all in moving up? There's a lot of folks, you can see them when they come into jobs. You can see the ones that are thinking they're on a fast track to the top of the building. And then you see the people who are just grateful to have a job that they wouldn't care if they never got promoted. That as long as you let them come every day, they will keep coming every day. I know some folks like that. Worked with folks like that. Had folks worked for me that were like that. Any comments? Any questions? Any concerns? All right, now this the most important part about your vocational financial self-personality. Plain and simple. Your vocational financial self-personality determines exactly what you will do to earn income, legally or otherwise. No matter which vocational area you choose to connect and align with, your vocational financial self-personality weighs everything about any company or corporation you trade your time for some form of payment and decides how long to stay connected and aligned. On the flip side, regardless of any civil or criminal law that is currently on the books, and regardless of every potential risk, your vocational financial self-personality decides which risks, if any, are worth the potential rewards. Your vocational financial self-personality consults with your spiritual self-personality concerning your personal morals when you consider doing anything that is either a get-rich-quick scheme or strictly illegal or in the gray area of legality. Yeah. Plain and simple, your financial self decides exactly what you'll do for money, legally or otherwise. And when I'm talking about what we'll do for money, I'm not just talking about what we will do for a sustaining income, the type of income where you can pay for where you live and pay to get to and back from work and pay to eat what you really like to eat and pay to dress the way you want to dress. That's the basic necessities of a normal life. Basic necessities. Your vocation, your financial self decides exactly what you will do to earn money, legally and or otherwise. And again, no matter which vocational area you choose to connect and align with, your vocational financial self-personality weighs everything about any company or corporation and then decides how long you stay connected and aligned. I want to share a story with you guys. I had after my corporate time and before I decided just to do this full time, I had a job at Target in Temecula, California. Yes, Miss Williams. Let me hush. I didn't see you raise your hand. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, I was all in. Um, yeah, I was just gonna say like, as far as like, I always thought very critically about what I would do for money, and I've always, I don't know if I've always, but I've been in a lot of situations with people where they would clown me straight up because there's certain things I just would not do, and it's like I have a hard boundary.
That's right.
And they're like, well, why can't you do like it's not that big of a-" I'm like, but it is a big of a deal because I gotta be able to live with myself and sleep at night and have a clear conscience. And if I can't do that after making money, whether I need it or not, then it's not worth it to me. Because
It's
I gotta
not.
be able to live in my body, not you. So
Absolutely. 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 That is the number one deciding factor. Can I do what you want me to do and earn this money and still be able to go sleep tonight without rolling over and not bringing tension and stress onto my own self because I did some shit just to make some money. You know, I you know, being that I have been around uh the street drug game for a long time, I've seen what some folks will do to earn money to go get some more dope. I've done some things to earn money to go buy more dope. Yeah, I have. I have. And some of the things I've done were legal to earn the money. Some of the things I've done were strictly illegal to earn the money, and some of them fell in the gray area. And I had to check in with myself about that. Yeah. Let me finish this story about Target. So took a job with Target, and it was good. It was cool job. You know, wasn't that stressful. I was working in their in-store grocery market. uh, and I did some research because I was in the back one day when they were unloading the truck, and when they got to the stuff with their clothes that they sell, I recognized a stamp on the box from the Department of Corrections of the state of California. So I did some digging, I did some research, and I found out that Target Corporation uses prison labor to put labels and final alterations on their clothes that they sell in their stores. I went to work the next day and quit. I quit. They asked me why I was. First, they asked me, "Are you giving a 2-week notice?" I told them, "No, I'm quitting right now." And they asked me why I was quitting. I told them, I said, "Because you guys use prison labor to make an extraordinary profit, and then you pay us shit. Bye bye. Bye bye." My vocational self personality was like, no, because I know that people of color are disproportionately represented in prison. Is according to the numbers and percentage of the population, people of color are in prison more than the others. So it's going to be a pretty good chance that if you're using prison labor to sew in your labels and all that shit, there are going to be some people of color who got 12 cents an hour, 15 cents an hour, 25 cents an hour, whatever, $1 an hour, whatever it was that they received as payment. And then you selling the shit for $50 a shirt or 50 or $75 a dress. Yeah, that didn't sit well with my spiritual self personality. So my spiritual self personality overrode my financial self personality and said, "Nah, dog, we walking out of there." Now, regardless of any civil or criminal law that is currently on the books, and regardless of every potential risk, your vocational financial self personality decides which risk, if any, are worth the potential rewards. I do not believe that cannabis is a dangerous gateway drug. I believe that cannabis is a miracle elixir from the gods. And I do not operate or never operated as if possessing cannabis was illegal. Never. I never thought, I never thought that because I had some weed, walking around with a bag of weed in my pocket that, you know, I was taking a chance. Because I believe that law is wrong. And morally, my own personal moral code, yeah, I've decided in my own personal moral code that fucking with marijuana is okay. Smoking it, eating it, cooking with it, making it into oil and rubbing it on your body, selling it, transporting it, whatever the fuck you do with it, I think it's okay. So I thought it was okay, so I didn't never not fuck with it. And that's how I supplemented my income when I was in corporate America. Also, when I was in corporate America, and because I always believed, still do, yeah, it helps with anxiety and stress tremendously. But I always believed that the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, was an illegal entity, and they were stealing my money. I also thought that any state taxing authority was illegal as well. So any of my money that showed up in them deductions going to wherever they went to, that the employer that I was dealing with willfully sent to them places, well, you know, whatever product that employer produced, yeah, I made up for whatever taxes they took out of my check. Yeah, I made up either by confiscating some of their product and or on an expense report. I always found a way to get my money back every month from some company. You're gonna pay and FICA and COLA. I wanted to whoop their asses every month. Every month I was just like, yeah, walk up on me. So yeah, I have and I'm not worried about the statute of limitations because they done ran out. I have misappropriated funds from a job that I've had, from multiple jobs that I've had. I have for lack of a better term, stolen merchandise. I had this one job once. You guys gonna laugh at this. Lumberjack building materials. They just built a big new service center in my little town, and I hooked up the display where all of the ceiling fans were. And people would come in and ask me, who put up all these fans? And I said I did. They asked if I would put up a fan at their house. And I said, yeah. So I would get their information, and then I'd go to their house and they tell me which fan that they wanted. And I come back to the job and I just put it in a cart, in a grocery cart, and push that shit out to my car. Right past the checkout girls, right past customer service. I'm waving, hey, how you guys doing? Push this shit right out to my car, put it in the trunk. I go install it. I get the money for that, the price of the fan plus installing it. All of the stuff I needed to install the fan was at the job. So I got a box of wire, I got screwdriver, everything I needed. I just went off the shelves and took it. Didn't feel bad about it at all. That's just me. That's just me. All of my past crime, some that I got caught for, some that I didn't, dealt with money. I was getting money from somewhere else or some product that I could trade for money or go sell or whatever. And all of my shit I did solo because I don't want nobody telling on me. That's the first reason I did my shit by myself, because I don't want nobody telling on me. The second reason I did my shit by myself, I don't want to split none of the profit with nobody. I judge the risk. The only risk I ever had taking shit from one of them jobs, I was going to get fired. And in my reasoning, there's a good chance you're gonna get fired anyway for not doing shit. Just yeah. One day they just come in and say, hey, we don't need you no more. So yeah, my reasoning was I'm going to get whatever you sent to Uncle Sam, he don't send it back. So I'm gonna take it from you. And that again, that's just me and my spiritual self-personality. We got a real good understanding that if people screw you over, dog, get them back. And then don't fuck with them no more. I'm not the one like if somebody screws me over, then I'm like, oh well, I'm gonna chalk that one up and no. You get me, I'm gonna get you. And then I won't fuck with you no more. See, people that I don't fuck with no more, they know why. You know why they know? Because they've been got, just like they got me. And I get you in the same way you got me. Yep, sure do. So here's some questions. Do I really know the limits, legal or otherwise, I would go to earn a sustaining income? Yeah, I know my limits. I don't want to sell milk to sustain myself. First, the amount that I would need to be able to sell every month to sustain myself is a huge amount. And with that huge amount, bring huge problems outside. So yeah, I wouldn't be willing to continue doing it the way I am, but I would be willing to open up my own dispensary. I have enough product to open up my own dispensary. I just don't have the money to buy the license. Yeah, if I had the money to buy the license, I would do it that way. Until I get the money to buy the license, guess what? Holler at your boy if you need some. Another question. Do my personal morals mean more to me than my semi-secure career job? That's the big question. Do what you know and what you have inside of you and the standards that you have, do they mean more to you, or does that job that you have mean more to you? And what I mean by that, can you do a job that goes against your morals just because you're getting paid? Goes against some of your beliefs just because you're getting paid? Do your morals mean more to you than a paycheck? Am I content with my current income earning situation? And if not, what am I willing to do to fix it? I'm content. And when I need a infusion of cash real quick, I just drop the price on a pint of milk. Seems to work every time for me. Or I will reach out to someone that I know needs a reading and or will pay. I just, hey, what's going on? Oh, I was thinking of calling you to get a reading. Well, I called you. Let's do it. There were times when I lived in California on Friday mornings, trash man came out, or whatever morning the trash people would come. Well, I'd get up early in the morning and with a bunch of plastic bags, and I'd go up and down the street, and I'd go into your recycle bin and take all of the bottles and cans out of there, fill up my bags, and then I go sell the shit at the recycler. Wasn't embarrassed. I give zero fucks. I was getting $1 a pound for aluminum cans. I don't care what you thought. Then it did not matter to me. It did not matter to me. Another question. Am I living within my current income earning means? And if not, what am I prepared to do to rein in my spending? We talked about that before. If, and you guys know my stance on credit. I believe credit is your setup for failure because it makes you think you have money to spend and you don't. If you earn $1,000 a month and you spend $1,000 a month, that balances out. If you earn $1,000 and you spend that 1,000 and then you put another 500 on your credit card, guess how much money you really have next month? I know all of y'all wasn't accounting students, but you guys can do subtraction really quick. You got $500 actually. Why? Because you spent your 1,000, right? You spent your 1,000, and then you spend 500. So you actually correct. You negative 500. You don't even have the 500 of the 1,000. You don't even have the 1,000 that you made. You are correct, Miss Lemons. You're negative. And then what happens if you keep doing that every month? Yeah, you can see how soon you won't have anything. So, am I living within my current income earning means? I get X amount of dollars every month. I get a guaranteed payout every second Wednesday of every month. I know exactly how much it will be every month. I live within that limit every month. I got a little old fly-by-night Home Depot credit card. I use that to go get my laundry detergent and toilet paper, cleaning supplies, light bulbs, batteries, shit like that. It's got $60 balance because I just had to go re-up with batteries and all of that. And I will pay that $60 off next week. Why? Because I don't want no interest charged on that shit. So I'm using they $60 just like cash, but I'm paying it off before 30 days. If you're going to use your credit card, I don't have a problem with that. Pay this shit off before the first interest payment hits in. If you're lucky enough to get 6 months as cash or 90 days as cash, yeah, use that 90 days and then pay it off. Don't let the interest come in. That's when you hurt yourself. That's when you hurt yourself. Where can I supplement my current income earning capacity? What is it that I can do with the skills I already have that can supplement my current income earning capacity? There's always something. Always something. Always something. If you are not satisfied with what you make, there's always something else you could do. There's always a skill you can do. Hell, some of us paint, some of us write, some of us sing, some of us dance, some of us can clean a fucking kitchen better than some people. Some of us can make a bed better than some people. Some of us can cut the grass better than some people. There's always something to do. Always. Always. Can I find something within my own personal moral code? I'm not telling everybody go get a big bunch of weed and start selling it. That's my thing. I have perfected the art of what I do since 1976. I've been doing this back and forth since 76. But there's always something that you can do to supplement your income. Any comments, any questions, any complaints? Hey there, Miss Natanya, unmute yourself. It's good to see you right side up today. Talk to us. How you feeling? How you been?
I am well. I'm on my phone today. When I'm on my laptop, it does the upside down thing. So
okay.
I'm sorry for my tardiness. I had my client. I finished at 8. So.
You showed up right on time. You are never late. You are always right on time. I am excited about you and what's coming for you next Thursday, not Thursday, day after tomorrow, but next week, Thursday. Yeah, because I check in the astral on you and your progress with your mastered self affirmations. And yeah, when I go check in on you, this is the message I get. Go check on somebody else. I'm handling my business. All right.
Pretty much.
I got
Yeah.
this. You told me the interval, you told me what to do. Yeah, I got it. I
Yes.
got it. So I'm really, really excited about the transformative event that's going to happen for you uh, next Thursday. I would love for you to, if at all possible, for Thursday the 8th, clear your calendar for the showtime, because I'm going to be doing the 8/8 portal opening ritual live on the show.
All right, I'm gonna put on my calendar right now.
All right. And it is a special event, especially for you. So I appreciate you showing up. I really, really do.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Vocational financial self-personality mantra. Y'all heard of this before. It still applies. If I did not earn it, I should not spend it. All right. How you earn your income becomes the major circumstance in your life from a very young age. From the very first time you decided to trade your time for some form of payment or tangible resource, you became aware of just what the proper exchange feels and looks like. Regardless of your situation or circumstance, your vocational financial self-personality establishes your worth and what that will cost to anyone that wants to exchange your time and talent for some form of payment or tangible resource. If we didn't get anything else out of today, get this right here. This is for everybody, regardless of what type of job you got, what type of entrepreneurial endeavors you're doing, whatever current field of vocation you're in. This, if you don't get nothing else, get this. Know your worth, then double it. Then add in taxes and special handling surcharge fees. Do not shortcut your self journey to financial freedom. You all get to decide what that looks like for you. Somebody who could look into my financial situation probably would look and say, they don't understand how I know that I'm financially free. And that's because they are looking with natural eyes, and they're looking for a big number, or two numbers, and then followed by a bunch of zeros. I don't live like that. I don't want to have enough money in the bank where the bank is making more money on my money than I am. I don't need, again, I told you guys this. I got nothing but odd numbers all around me. I did not come to collect shit. That means money too. I've told my kids, look, I sincerely hope y'all is not waiting on an inheritance when your daddy died, because I'm spending everything that I get my hand on. I said, the only way you're going to get something is the person that I leave as the executor, if they are kind enough to send something your way, that's who you'll get it from, because I'm not leaving y'all shit. Because I'm not saving anything for tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. I got my final arrangements done, paid for, done. Nobody got to do nothing but just call the people and tell them come get my ass before I start stinking. I got it taken care of. It's done. So there's gonna, and I never believed in making my children poor hustlers. And if you give them a whole bunch of money and they ain't did shit, you're making them a poor hustler. That's just me. That's just me. I know I'm talking to mothers on here. You mothers might think differently. And the executor of my estate is a female and she may think differently. And whatever she does with the money, I won't give a fuck anyway because I'll be gone anyway. But as far as coming from me, yeah, no. Because I'm not saving anything for a rainy day. Hell, it rains every day somewhere. So know your worth, then double it. Then add taxes and special handling surcharge fees. Whenever you dealing with anybody that's trading for your time and talent, and they're going to give you some form of payment, know your worth. And don't be shy about knowing your worth. And for everybody who is normally shy about knowing your worth, then when you figure that out, double it. Then add tax and special handling fees. Any comments, any questions, any concerns about your vocational financial self-personality?
I'll say something with that. I know I do struggle because a lot of what I do, I try to make it affordable because counseling and mental health in general can be kind of pricey for people who don't have insurance. So it's kind of been a passion of mine, or it is a passion of mine to be able to make it affordable because everybody can't afford to pay $120 for, and to me, I just don't feel, I'm not saying I don't know my worth, but go ahead.
No. I'm getting ready to touch on that because you do know your worth. And in knowing your worth, you have created a niche for yourself. For all the folks who can't afford that $120 but can afford less, you got plenty of clients. So what some people may say you miss out on the top fee, you more than make it up on bulk billing, more than make it up. And part of your worth, as much as the financial piece of what you do is part of your worth is much more in the healing and the work that you do with the people. You probably, and if I'm wrong, you can tell me this. If your financial situation was set, you would do what you do for free.
I would. I'll be honest. I would. I feel that passionate about it.
Yeah.
So I would do it for free, but I understand I gotta live. I can't, I gotta
absolutely.
I do believe in being realistic.
Absolutely.
But also realistic in the fact that I know some people can't afford to pay that. And like, is it gonna hurt me to charge? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I ain't saying I'm not gonna be free, but I'm very flexible with people too. So.
Well, see, and because again, you missed the part earlier when I was talking about you are in a similar situation that I'm in. I created my own economy. So yeah, I got to pay for shit before I have clients. I got to pay for shit while I got clients. I got to pay for shit after I got clients. However, I've created my self-contained economy. You've created your own self-contained kind of economy. So you get to determine who gets a break here. There are a lot of people, Natanya, I read for them and don't charge them shit. Don't ask for nothing. Not nothing. Because just like you, I know there are a lot of folks that need the information that I have that couldn't possibly pay the price that I could charge for it. And I don't get my fulfillment in getting $88 from somebody. You know where my fulfillment comes from? When they come back and tell me, oh my God, it was right on point and I did this and this and this happened and blah, 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 blah. That's payment. That's payment. So I get it. And because you have control, you have created your own economy, this thing about adding tax and special handling doesn't apply to you because there's special handling in it. There's already your worth in it. And what you do is much more valuable to you in an intangible way than any amount of money that they can give, because you are making transformations in people's lives happen. And there's no amount of money that you can put on there. There's no price tag that you can put on doing something that is going to change and transform their life. There's really not. And a lot of people, and this has been my experience, I've done readings and transformational work and master self work for folks who were at the bottom of some shit or down on their luck. And 2-3 years later, when they get back up on their feet and everything's rolling, they'll reach out and say, hey, man, I remember you did this and did that and did this. Boom, let me send you something.
Right. And that's been on my mind too. I ain't even gonna lie. I have a list of people in my mind who have helped me along the way. I'm like, I'm gonna make sure as soon as things, whatever, when I'm in position, I'm gonna look out for me. I ain't gonna be like, I'm gonna look out for you. I just want to be able to do it.
Absolutely. And again, Natanya, because what you do, you're coming out of a pure heart and a pure moral intention, you're gonna always be taken care of, and you're gonna be able to expand according to what you can handle, not according to what folks outside of you saying you should do. If you want to expand and take on 5 more clients, yeah, that's
Right.
good for you. Instead of somebody saying you could get 100 more.
Right. If I don't like, I like my flexibility. I'm a free spirit. So, but I love what I do. I will say that. So
absolutely. And you can see it. You can see it. And I feel it every time I attempt to text you or call you and I get your voicemail. I'm like, oh yeah, she's on there with one of her lovelies, somebody that she really loves. I feel and sense and know how you feel about whatever you do with each one of your clients. And it's truly, truly, it's a beautiful thing. Whenever I just think about it, it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. You and I are in the same type of vocation. We just do it different. We just use different avenues, different tools to get to the same place.
Modalities.
Yep, different modalities. Yes.
Right.
Yes. Thank you for that. Anybody else got any comments, any questions, any concerns? No. All right.
I was just gonna say that I agree with everything that you were saying. Especially in regards to like where you get your fulfillment. Because it's not always gonna be money, and that's okay.
Yes.
Because your fulfillment and you doing the work is basically your form of payment.
Absolutely.
So that's your exchange. So
absolutely.
And I always been in situations like that where I would be doing like a fair or something, or I'd be set up at a table and somebody would come and ask me if they could have a reading. Like I know I did one last year, this older guy, he like really wanted to read him, but he just didn't have nothing. And I'm like, you a college student, you like in your 60s, 70s, bro, go on, sit down and let's talk. Like if you earned your stay. Like it's not that big of a deal.
And let me give you this right here, and boom, and then it becomes a joy because you're really operating in your purpose at that point. Before we incarnate, we don't be thinking about how much fucking money we want to make and all these titles and shit. We incarnate into the soul that is going to allow us to live our life purpose the most efficiently. It's only after we get here and get our asses into adulthood that we realize that human beings are the only thing on this planet that have to pay to be here. And once we get into that, we have to pay to be here, then that's when we get drugged down and get pulled away from our purpose. When 60-year-old college student sat down, you probably thought about it just like you was giving your grandpa a reading or your uncle. I mean, and it didn't matter if he didn't have any money. You connected with him on a soul-to-soul level, and the payment you got was the look in his eye or the smile on his face when he left, or how his step pepped up after you gave him that reading. And you don't know, it might have been one word or one sentence that you said to him that totally and immediately changed his life. God bless you for that, Miss Lemons. God bless you for that. Anybody else? All right. There'll be nothing else. This has been On the Sevens with Piper's B Metatron, where we come to awaken to our master self, ascend with our evolving soul, and expand our consciousness mind. We are thankful and grateful for each and every one of you for your support and your encouragement. Please continue to keep On the Sevens with Piper's B Metatron a part of your soul's journey as your mastered self awaits you. Let me leave you with this. What your name cosmically requires and your soul spiritually desires, and your mind consciously inspires. Your body will physically aspire, and your emotions will intensely transpire, and your intellect will proactively inquire, and your mastered self will most definitely acquire. Always be authentically you, unapologetically. And until Thursday, when we dive deeper into our sexual / interpersonal self personality, goodbye for now. Then Uru.